I was speaking with Bill West, who's just arrived home from a trip to Japan. It was a fairly hectic trip, Bill.
Very hectic, Gary. And been home for 4 or 5 days, so just is not quite right, but I still feel that I'm sort of moving. But very hectic. Yeah, we deliberately said it that way because when you're over there and ratepayers' expense, it was important and highly appropriate that we were busy and we got to meet as many people as we could and catch up with old friends and promote Cara.
From the Cara point of view, are there positives out of it?
Always very positives, Gary. Sometimes a bit like research and development. It's hard to gauge, immediately what sort of benefits there may be. But the fact that we were able to be invited for morning tea at the Australian Embassy was I think a recognition of how we're seen in Cara by the federal government. Was very lovely. Next door to the Mitsui Club for lunch that day with a member of the Mitsui family, and Yokohama War Cemetery. Again, a very impressive place to be. Joetsu City, and a visit to Noetsu Peace Park and where the prisoner of war camp was there, and there was 2 Australians, of course, who were interned there. And we have a friendship agreement with Joetsu. Down to Hiroshima, and at Hiroshima we laid a reef at the Peace Park and caught up with Mr. Murakami, one of the few surviving prisoners of war, and actually had a press conference with probably 10 or a dozen Japanese journalists and photographers, which is very interesting, but a very good press conference, and we got the message out loud and clear there about the 70th breakout and what Cara is to Japan, and the daughters of a couple of former prisoners of war spoke very, very eloquently about Cara and convinced the media that what a wonderful job Cara was doing, and we got good coverage out of that. Got coverage in the Tokyo newspapers, front page of the Joetsu paper, planting a tree with their mayor, and as I say, good coverage by TV and paper, print, in Hiroshima. And of course from there we're down to Fukuoka and caught up with members of the Nagakura family, Seiji and his lovely wife Riko, and many of their friends. So it was that was a benefit again. We're talking about more trips to Cara, and I think one of the other discussions that we had was how we can make it easier for Japanese people to come to Cara, because you fly to Sydney in a hurry and then you've got 4 hours to come to Cara. So we're looking at ways of trying to resolve that issue, and of course an international airport in Canberra will probably help that because it'll be only 2 hours away. So
would be handy. Now, I assume we're expecting visits from the Japanese people sometime in the next 12 months.
There is a lot of interest in the 70th anniversary of the breakout, which is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th of August, or not so much on the 4th because that's the anniversary of centenary of the declaration of World War One. But that weekend, that period, we're expecting a lot of Japanese people, and we had discussions with one of the tour organisers in Japan, who is bringing a lot of people out. And of course the following year we expect the members of the Nagakura family and foundation to be coming out and looking to bring a number of people with them. So yeah, we were able to promote Cara and have good discussions with people, but as I said to start with, I think if you go over there looking for either money or for people to visit, I don't think it's a goodwill trip, and you've got to just go over and if you like, sow the seed and explain the story and be positive and polite, and it will eventually come to fruition.
And you would hope that the outcome will be in the future?
I've got no doubt the outcome will be in the future, Gary. I think that all these sorts of visits are worthwhile. I was, I guess, someone who was prepared to support these sorts of visits and have done for a number of years. But now I've been and experienced it and seen what's over there, and dealt with the